stop it in the first place? So.
Well, it's great if we can stop getting diabetes, but sometimes we're just unlucky genetically, and we know for a lot of people that they're just a bit more susceptible to getting diabetes, and that's not their fault, and there should be no blame or shame. However, the more we control our sugar, the more we have the 5 fruit and veg, the more we have the healthy diets, the more we don't have our high sugar in our diet, the less many of us will get the type 2 diabetes. So the first thing is, if we can not get diabetes, that's great. However, type 1 diabetes, that's got nothing to do with how we eat. That happens for young people where they get the thing called the pancreas. There's a section that actually produces something called insulin, and for some reason some people actually get a disease which knocks out their insulin producing part of their body, and it wasn't anything they did, they were just unlucky. Okay, so for whether it's the type 1, we're the unlucky not being able to produce insulin, or the type 2 that we get perhaps a little bit more because of family history and because of perhaps maybe our diet not being as good. If the better the diet we have, the better we control our sugars, the better we keep them, where they like the targets. They really like them between 5 and 7 on some of those sorts of things. The more we sort of are in around that mark, and the more we're consistently not having sugars being very high, the less damage we get to those little fine vessels. Now, having a bit of birthday cake once or twice here or there and having the sugars go up to 11 one day, well, okay, that's not ideal, but that's not going to do too much damage if it's happening 3 times a year. It's okay, we're all human, we're going to have days it's not as good. So the important thing is to stay consistent with our sugar control and being also checked for our eyes to make sure we can get on top of things. The lovely thing these days, the treatments are so effective that even if people do get complicated, as long as we get to it early, we can prevent most of the vision loss from diabetes these days. And I often say it's better to be pretty good most of the time with our sugar control than rather than being awesome for a little bit and then terrible for a little while, and awesome for a little bit and then terrible. If we can say pretty good, pretty consistently most of the time, in the long term that will do you really, really well and less likely to have problems.